All right, Frank Bonada here for Sportskeeda. With me today is the UFC light heavyweight Ike Villaneuva, ahead of his upcoming fight with Marcin Prachnio at UFC Vegas 30. Ike, how's it going, man?
Ain't going good, man. Everything's going great so far, man. Just another blessed day, man. Just another day ready to get back to work.
No doubt. And now we'll get to the fight in a minute, but I've seen recently on your social media that you were in attendance at UFC 262, I believe.
Oh yeah, no doubt, man. It was amazing, man. Dana White took care of the Houston fighters with some great seats. Was able to be there down there with my teammate Danny Pineda. Adrian Yanez was with us, Lauren Murphy, I believe Mike Jackson, Ryan Spann. We're all in the same section. So it was pretty cool, man. Those guys at UFC 262, man, they put on a great show, man. That capped off by a great main event. Edson Barbosa put on a show. It was just crazy, bro. I was like, man, I was proud to be on the UFC roster and just be a part of that, man. Because, hey, man, Houston showed out, man. It was amazing, man. But overall, great event.
Yeah, I was going to ask, especially of the Edson Barboza, Shane Burgos KO with that sort of
Oh,
delayed
man.
reaction. What was that like being there live in the audience?
It was crazy, man, especially seeing that because Shane was stood in there, man. Next thing you know, he's in the pocket. Next thing you know, he's retreating. We're like, what the hell? And it was just, man, the crowd just went nuts. They didn't know what to expect, man. It looked kind of scary at first. So he finally got up and he was okay. But that was just wild because this sport can be dangerous, man. And to see a guy like that, he's young and talented, man. He put on a great fight, man. Barbosa did too. It was just a back and forth war, but man, overall, it was just like, wow, man. Because I ain't never seen nothing like that in person. That was just crazy. You see it in TV or at the Apex, you're like, okay. But seeing it in person, it was just like, wow, man. Kind of scared my wife a little bit, but it was all good. She knows the fight game, but it was just crazy, man. I'm just glad he's okay, man.
And then, of course, fans were back in attendance. You
Oh,
yourself being one of them. What's that
oh
like?
yeah, man. It was crazy because man, well, we're front row. So Toyota Center, that's about like 35 rows to get down to the bottom. And there's fans coming from all the way from the top asking for pictures. I was like, bro, it was like, I wanted to say no. They walked all the way down here for this. I was like, yeah, man, it was amazing, cool feeling. It was just so far it's been a blessing to be in the UFC, man, because my story as a journeyman, just hard work, man. I'm just glad I'm able to still keep on pushing because I'm not done yet. Blessed with a new 4 fight contract, so I'm about to make a run and really show I belong here, man. Because I had a bad 2020, shook it off, and want to keep this win streak going.
Well, I mean, you couldn't have had a much better start to 2021 than your previous fight in January on Fight Island.
Yeah.
What was that experience like, traveling
And,
out there?
hey, it was just crazy going out there because in the first time I've been to Abu Dhabi, and always I joke with all the guys the whole week going up there. I said, a Mexican never goes to Abu Dhabi, just a vacation. We don't do that. It's like, man, I went to work, but man, 5-star treatment. But as for going into the fight, I knew Maria. He takes a beating on social media, but the guy's legit, man. Legit black belt. BJJ's legit. He beat a tough guy in John Allen. John Allen does not put no pushover, man. So guys, people oversee that. He weathered John Allen's storm and submitted him. And for you people to talk bad about him, like, come on, he earned his way in the house, man. I couldn't. No, don't knock the guy. I know he had a bad run in the UFC, but UFC, you can't have a bad second, or else the fight would just change like that. He just had bad luck, man. He'll probably bounce back later down the road, but man, like I said, getting that knockout in Abu Dhabi with 2,000 fans, but man, they're still loud. They loved us out there, so it was great. I never got treated like that in my life, man. I'll remember that for a lifetime. But having that knockout, like Sports Center top 3 the next day, it was amazing.
Yeah, well, I was going to ask that sort of essentially a walk-off KO, something sort of very Mark Hunt-esque about that finish. Do you think that sort of as started the whole your almost your UFC career afresh?
Yeah, yes, exactly, man. It's like being born again. Like I said, guys, look at me. I don't have the big muscle definition. I got that Paul Mantello body. That's a guy I look up to down here in Texas. Paul Mantello was a Mexican warrior. He didn't back down for nothing. So that's like my idol. People say Cain Velasquez. I'm not a wrestler. I'm Paul Mantello, man. That's my style. It won't change. But you want to get me to the ground, I got that. But that was like being born again and letting the world know, hey, I'm here. Because I could have easily jumped on top and beat the hell out of Maria, but I just wanted that walk off, kiss of death, send him home, and man, and that just gave me my man like a little more momentum motivation to keep on pushing because I belong here. That right hand, if it lands, lights out.
Yeah, no doubt. That's going to be a highlight played at each of your fights coming up now.
Yes, sir.
And speaking of upcoming fights, Marcin Prachnio, what do you make of him as an opponent?
Man, he's a younger guy. Man, he got some great karate background guy coming from one. I mean, one rule is a little bit different than the UFC. You see the UFC guys going to one, not doing well, but he's coming to UFC. He's not doing well either. I believe that last fight against Roundtree, I wasn't in attendance, but we're in the same hotel. We never ran into each other, so it's kind of crazy. Like, okay, all right, this guy's here, and well, I never seen him, but his style, man, it's just I just got to beat the kick. I mean, that's what when he wants to get wild, he'll get wild or drop his hands. Like Sam Alvey, he don't have the biggest power, but Sam Alvey caught him. And I just got to be patient. Whether that's normally kicks he's coming, I know he's coming blasting the kicks. I just got to beat it. Once I beat it, put my hands in his face, he's gonna have to shoot. He's either gonna shoot or he's gonna walk into uppercut. I mean, it's not early, or it's gonna be a war. Either war, man. I'm just here to put on a show and really show. You shouldn't be in there with me, but hey, man, I'm ready to put a battle on and show the world who I am.
Okay, so you're not necessarily looking for another highlight reel KO, just a dominant performance and a showcase of your skills.
Yeah, no, because UFC, you gotta give everybody their credit, man. You want to come out looking for that knockout, man. You go looking for it, you be looking all night. You be like, damn, man, that's where the guys are messing up. Don't force it. Just let it come. If I set it up, my hands got power. Eventually, I'll land, but I can't go in there and try to knock his head off. I tried that. It don't work, man. When I fight Jordan Wright, I'm gonna go knock his head off. I'm gonna walk right into a spinning back kick. I'm like, shit. It's just one of those things that happen. So hey, I learned from that. Never do that crap again. I was like, okay, we'll bounce back. And I got great coaches, man. Bob Perez down here in Main Street Boxing, Daniel Pineda, and Joseph McCamish. Hey, man, all around great guys. And I still take all the credit I got from Extreme Couture from, man, out there, Extreme Couture, it was amazing, man. It was just, I got some great training. Ray Senfu, I got rounds in with Ray. I remember that for a lifetime because Ray showed me some things that I really could fix, and it helped me big time.
Would you ever go back out there?
Oh, no doubt. I mean, man. So right now, Coach Bob, I think Derek Lewis and Nagano may throw down. So I'm gonna respect both gyms, and I won't go out there till after the fight. Let them handle their business, then I'll be back out there because I got a lot of great friends out there, and they want me to be back, and I love it because when you walk in that room, I'm about to get some great work in, man. It was just Coach Eric. He runs a great program, dude. And man, we'll text every once in a while. I'm so glad they won the belt because he deserves it, and so does the whole team. But they really changed the gun around. I can't wait to get back out there. But as a respectful fighter, I'm gonna let them handle their business, then I'll be back.
Yeah, of course. So back to Prachnio. Should you, pick up the win, like I'm sure you presume you will, where does the win leave you? And is there anyone else out there that you've got your eye on, sort of like peripherally, or is it just one fight at a time?
Maybe, yeah, one fight at a time. I mean, really don't want to look past Prachnio because I still got to respect the guy. But there's a lot of names out there, a lot of up-and-comers coming out. You got Roundtree's out there. I'm pretty sure Roundtree be watching this fight. There's a couple guys. Kennedy, I don't know his last name, but he's a bigger guy.
And
There's a lot of guys. Yeah, that's a great guy. He fought the guy from France. That was a great fight. I mean, I was surprised Kennedy pulled that one off. But there's some good guys out there, man. John Allen's still out there. There's a lot of guys they can throw at me. I just got to be ready for everything. One fight at a time, though, and see where it goes. Because these young guys, I know they're going to try to test me. I'm an older guy. Hey, man, my job is to keep on pushing and let the young guys know, hey, I'm here to stay.
Mm-hmm. And then Dana White has recently said that it looks like most, if not all, of the UFC Fight Night events this year are going to be held at the Apex without fans. I believe this will be, your fourth. I mean, I know there was some fan attendance at Fight Island, but not in full capacity. So almost your fourth fight in a row without fan presence. Does that make a difference to you at all?
Oh, big time, man. I feed off the fans, man. I love having the fans, the energy. The fighting with no fans, it's the guys with the anxiety, the guys that got to smoke to calm their nerves and really deal with the fans. Man, I don't like it. But hey, fight's a fight. So, like I said, some of my best fights are in the gym with no crowd. So, hey, man, we'll get into it, man. It's just got to weather that. It's just another storm we're dealing with, man. You're like, COVID's getting over. So it turns out like all the pay-per-views will have fans. So it's my job to put on the show I belong on pay-per-view. And so, hey, man, let it be. And hey, I just got to show the world I belong here. So if I get this win in hurricane fashion, I believe I should be on pay-per-view later down the road. Whatever, just one fight at a time, no rush. If it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. I'll keep on fighting at the apex. It really don't matter, man. As long as I'm able to provide for my family and my kids, I'm good.
And then I know you said one fight at a time, of course, but do you have a sort of idea of how many fights you want to get in this year?
Oh, no doubt, man. At least after this one, 2 more. At least want to get in 2 more, man. I'm hoping they make a U-turn and come back to Houston, man. That happens. That's my dream. Because I fought in Houston on a Bellator card before with a Kimbo and Dada fight. That was amazing. Crowd loved me. And I just haven't had the opportunity yet, man. I had 2 close opportunities. It just didn't play out. So hopefully come back around and you get me, Pineda, Black Beast, Adrian Yanez all on the card. We'll tear the whole city up, man. It'll be crazy. I hope, man. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I like that from a fan's perspective.
Yeah.
Now, just to ask a couple of questions from sort of outside your own fight, but with your division, I'm sure you've seen that the current champ, Jan, has been matched up with Glover Teixeira. Who do you see coming out on top in that fight?
Man, that's a tough fight because I witnessed Glover Teixeira what he did to Anthony Smith. I ain't never seen that done to Anthony Smith. And the whole time he's beating on Anthony, he's apologizing to him. He's just telling him. I mean, and I picked up for that because when I beat up on the young guys like that, I'm like, okay, I'm your stepdaddy. All right, boom. When I get done with you, go home and clean your room. But man, Glover, he's a veteran. Guys just overlook his age and really think they're gonna run over him. And at 205, he's a big 205, man. In Jacksonville, I walked by him. Shit, I better bulk up. Yeah. And but yeah, man, he's a vet. I hope he pulls it off just for his legacy. I hope he pulls it off. Much respect to Jan. He's a champ. What he did to Asanya, it was amazing. Great game plan. But as a fan, and as for Glover's career, I hope he can pull it off at that age. And he does that. That's just amazing, man.
So it's clear that you are a fan of mixed martial arts in itself. When you watch these sort of fights, especially the ones in your own division, like Jan versus Glover, do you watch it from a complete fan's perspective, just enjoying the fights for what they are? Or are you sort of analyzing these guys at the same time as, potential future opponents?
Yeah, and watch what they do. I mean, you try to mimic something, you see the different styles. Like John's perspective, when he fought Asanya, I was all eyes on that fight. I wanted to see how he attacked a guy real mobile, faster than him, and his takedowns were amazing. I mean, he really got in there and just bullied him, and that's how you got to do with a smaller guy. Yeah, man, that fight was really scouting his game plan, how he fought a smaller guy. But like bigger fights like that, man, I try to be a fan and just enjoy the sport, man, because these guys are really putting on shows. And like when I sat back at UFC 262, I was a fan the whole time. But really, I can care less like about opponent wise because when you get a whole fight camp to prepare for a guy, but it's like great to look at and see. Man, I'll let my coaches do all that, but I try to sit back and be a fan.
Have you got a favorite fighter that you like to watch?
Man, it's always been like Mazadov's always been the one. He's on a little slump right now, but like I said, any fight with Conor, I just love what Conor does as an entertainer. He entertains the crowd, fight week, everything. That's amazing. The Diaz brothers always been my favorite, man. So that's who I really look up to. My biggest fighter coming up, man, is I trained with him plenty of times. Even when he helped me come up, is fucking Sean Strickland. This Sean Strickland is the craziest mofo alive, man. That dude is just. I love his social media. Him in person, dude. Me and Sean, we literally threw down at UFC Huntington Beach Gym, and we 5 rounds beating the shit out of me. I'm like, okay, you son of a. But yeah, man, he's a badass. Man, he's a great dude, man. Cool, humble guy, man. He'll always reach out to me, tell me, hey, man, he's proud of me. So, man, that's a great friend to have, man. I'm just thankful. No, really, but what he's doing right now, he got a great fight in front of him coming up. So, hey, man, I hope Sean Strickland's the best.
That's awesome. And then just one last question. So you mentioned you hope Glover Teixeira is the champion come the end of September. Do you think there's anyone else in that sort of top 5, I guess? You know, you've got Alexander Rakic and Yuri
Yeah,
Prochaska. Do you reckon
yeah.
any of those have got that sort of high enough level caliber to take the title before the end of the year?
Not right now. The guy coming up, the one that beat the hell out of Dominic Reyes,
Prochaska.
that guy is nasty. I just don't. I don't. Not knocking him. I don't think he's ready just yet. No, he shouldn't force it. Get another 1 or 2 wins. Build his stock up. I don't know if he's worried about the stock, but at least get 2 more fights in, like dominant, then really go after him. Because Glover's getting older. I see Glover, man. Glover just to try to wear him down and tie him up and get him down. And bro, but that dude, I mean, that dude's gonna be the champ one day. He is dangerous, man. Because what he did to Reyes, I was like, wow. That spinning back elbow was just nasty, man. But John Jones out, man. Everybody's coming up. Everybody's getting excited. So hey, man, faces are coming out, man. I'm just.
Okay, so that's all I've got for you today, man. I'll give you the final word if there's any shout outs you want to give, and if you want to let people know where to find you on social media.
Yeah, man. HK44 UFC on Instagram, HK44 UFC on Twitter. Follow me there, man. Thank you to all my fans. Man, thank you out there in the UK, man. Appreciate it. Thank you. Big support from UK. I'm a big rugby fan. So hey, man, man. Thank you, everybody, man. Like I said, hey, keep on following, man, because I'm gonna make a run, man. I appreciate it, brother.
No doubt. Cheers, man, and best of luck in your upcoming fight.
And thank you, brother. Appreciate it.